When I first met Amy Eldon and heard her story, I knew it was one I had to tell. The successful Hollywood producer is now a mom and married to director John Turteltaub, living a wonderful life. But at 19, she endured a horrible tragedy that changed her forever. Amy was born in England, but her father relocated the family to Kenya for his IT job when she was just a toddler. Growing up in Nairobi, she learned at an early age how important it is to give back to others, something her and her older brother Dan did on a regular basis.
My brother always had her higher objective for good, and I was just the kid sister that would go along with him. Dan started with one child, helping this young girl who was in our school who couldn't afford to have a heart operation. And then he went on to helping a whole community. He was very disturbed by the refugee situation in Mozambique. And so we gathered together a motley crew of kids and drove 3,000 miles or so across Africa to give to this refugee camp. And of course that trip changed all of our lives. There was no looking back after that.
Dan began working in the media to give others a voice and to bring attention to atrocities happening around the world.
His photographs were some of the first photographs that went on to spur on Operation Restore Hope and to bring hope to the famine in Somalia.
Dan was starting to achieve great accomplishments in his career when the unthinkable happened.
In 1992, there was this unprecedented bombing. The U.S. bombed what they thought was a group of warlords, and actually it was some peace activists meeting. And the crowd was so upset by this bombing that they then turned on Dan and three of his fellow journalists and stoned and beat them to death.
Dan was just 22 when he died. Amy was devastated, but with the help of her family, who was amazingly strong in the aftermath of the heartbreaking tragedy, she created something positive out of it.
Creative Visions was inspired by this wonderful brother of mine who continues to be very active in our imaginations, in our hearts. We work with these incredibly dedicated people who put their lives on the line to make a difference in this world, and they use arts and media as the loudest possible way to get the message out.
Besides her Creative Visions Foundation, the Cura Orphanage Amy's father founded is her passion.
We have 50 children, all of whom have lost their parents to AIDS, and they came into us and they were traumatized and difficult, and now they are thriving.
Dan's determination and devotion to helping others inspired so many.
Dan was so inspiring to so many people, including Blake from Tom's Shoes, including the incredible Jason Russell from Invisible Children. He lived such a short life, but he really packed it in.
While Amy is active in volunteering globally, she reminds us that you can make a difference anywhere.
It's about finding out, first of all, what needs to be done in your own community and what's riling you up, what's making you angry, and then taking those baby steps towards making a difference. You don't have to go to Kenya to make a difference. It's so very much about what we can do here in our own communities. Politicians are not going to cut it. It's really up to us now to make a difference because the world is in such dire need that we all have to roll up our sleeves.
Dan taught his sister lessons she's never forgotten, and she continues to live by his words of wisdom.
I learned so many things from Dan. He was always pushing me to live more fully, to love better, and to give back more until it almost hurts, So it's very important that tragedies pull into sharper focus again what's important and what we're really all here for. And that is always the voice in my head that is Dan continuing to say, come on Amy, get out of your comfort zone, live bigger, love more, do more.
For more information on Creative Visions Foundation, visit www.creativevisions.org. And for more information on Cura Orphanage, visit www.curaorphanage.org.